as we return for another Sufa Allah. The education ritual. This is about the knowledge of education. Have you been educated upon the education ritual? Most was kept away from the ritual of education. So here is a expression, what we call Sufa. Sufa on education, presenting the education ritual. Now for KOS, which is knowledge of Sufa. When it comes to self-knowledge, the greatest goal for self-knowledge is education. Self-education. The greatest goal for self is for self to educate self. If one does not educate self, then one is not practicing the ritual of education. Now we're going to see what the ritual of education does and why is education and not money the greatest goal. Peep the ill. Education, self-education is the enemy of self-ignorance. Self-education is the enemy of self-ignorance. And self-education is the enemy of self-doing evil. Self dies not, who gives life to learning. Learning to self-educate self. Who honors the educated honors Allah. It is a most wicked crime against Allah and Islam to deny education, of the self to women and to children. This is a wicked crime. To not self-educate the people on the land is a wicked crime. To not educate the women and the children on the land is a wicked crime. Allah loves education. The education ritual. Have you been properly educated? Or have you been miseducated according to these standards? A tyrant and an imposter against Islam is one who denies proper education to their people. So a ruler or a governor will deny proper education to the people they govern. Do you not know certain things that you would like to know? This is called proper education. And it's an agenda to deny this ritual. This is the greatest rite. This is the greatest ritual, as we're going to see. This is what bad people do. They do not properly educate the people of what they're doing and how they go about doing it, and show me where I can find the same education. Why do people on the land have a scattered education? Have the people been denied self-education? Do the people have knowledge of self? If one has no knowledge of self, one has no proper education. Why? See, education makes a city easy to govern. But also, education makes it impossible for the people to be enslaved. Have you been properly educated? Or have you been educated that you are a slave? Did you receive self-education, or did you receive slave miseducation? Expel anyone who speaks against study, who speaks against knowledge or right education. Because these people look to enslave the miseducated. Self-education makes a city, makes a self, makes the body, soul, and spirit easy to govern, but impossible for the self to be enslaved. Those who speak against self-study, self-knowledge, and right self-education, expel from your mind the thoughts and beliefs to the concepts received by such minds. An educated mind, an educated self knows the key to life and bringing harmony with the will of Allah is balance. An educated self knows the key to the tree of life is balance. BB. Be balanced. Self-education gives one the greatest goodness, and that is to respect life and to live self-life to the fullest. As if only one more day to live the education you know. To control those urges and primal desires, you need self-education. To control those urges and primal desires that make the uneducated self and the disciplined self, no better than animals and no better than monkeys. Those who are self-educated will not be seduced by those who say that too much is a transgression. Riches are not found from an abundance of animals. Riches are not found from an abundance of servants. Riches are found not from an abundance of land. Riches are found not from any of these things, neither an abundance of money, but riches are found from an educated self. This is why you have not been educated on KOS. Because self-education is money in the bank. And to have money in the bank, you need to work. But the work that is associated in the minds of most is the job of not working on self. The job of not educating self. It is your job, your top job, to educate self. No one will do this but self. The Persians, the sorcerers, seeks not the educated custom, nor educate on prosperity, but sorcerers seeks to trick and spell. So which education have you received? Self-education or slave miseducation? It is your choice to live in ignorance or live in your education. Peace and love and KOS.